Ting, let's dive in the second recipe, the homemade Char Siu, kind of Cantonese style sweet baking pork.
Get the pork a wash and pep it dry with some paper towel, which I didn't show you. Slice the pork into 1 inch thick, and here are all the ingredients for Char Siu. Let's start by making the Char Siu seasoning. 4 cubes of preserved bean curd, 2 tablespoons of white wine, half teaspoon of sea salt, 3 tablespoons of cane sugar, and 1 teaspoon of white pepper, 4 teaspoons of honey, and I'll take agave nectar as a substitute, 1/3 cup of oyster sauce. As I don't have enough oyster sauce, I'll use 1/3 cup of Char Siu sauce instead, 1 tablespoon of garlic powder. Mash the bean curd and mix them together. Then 1/3 cup of soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of sesame oil. Give them a stir until all the ingredients melt together. Then lay out the sliced meat. Make sure both sides are well coated. If you have a tenderizer, that would be great, but if you don't, just grab 2 forks and punch into the meat like what I do here. It does help the meat get much more flavorful, tenderer, and juicier. Grab the seasoned meat and put it in a Ziploc bag. Then handle the remaining half with the same process. Of course, do not waste any Char Siu sauce. Give them a massage. Pop it to the fridge and marinate for 3 days. Preheat the oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 5 minutes. Add the seasoned pork to the rack. Make sure they are not too crowded or touching each other. The rack is the key point for baking Char Siu. It allows the juice to drip down and the air to circulate around the slices. Then you will finally get a beautifully crispy and burned edge. Once you've got your pork on the rack, your oven is at temperature. Pop the meat in the middle of the oven and set the timer for 40 minutes. Remove the Char Siu from the oven, coat them well again with the leftover sauce. And flip them over. Do the same process. Place it back to the oven for another 40 minutes. Grab them out of the oven. At this point, the edge of the meat should be a big burn. I'll quickly make a glaze, a 1:1 ratio of water to agave nectar or honey. Brush through every piece of the Char Siu. Do not miss the edge. Of course, flip them over and do the same process. Pop it back to the oven for 15 minutes. Grab them out and set them aside to the room temperature or until you can handle them. Look at the beautiful glaze. It's marbling, tender, and juicy. And a crispy edge is always a bonus. It should go without saying that we too cannot consume 4 pounds of char siu in a meal. At this point, I will show you how I meal prep my char siu. Grab your individual serving and add them to a Ziploc snack bag. Stack them one by one like I do. Zip the bag but leave a half-inch vent. Place it in the water bath, give it a squeeze, then zip the vent airtight. Then here we are. Repeat the same process with the left char siu. I'll usually grab a big Ziploc bag to store all the small ones to avoid cross-contamination. That's it. All the meal preps save me a lot of time in the next 10 days.
To be honest, my oven has a low efficiency, so I set 40 minutes for each side. You may need to keep an eye on your oven at the first time you make this recipe and adjust your timer. I hope you like these 2 recipes. If you do, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button.